What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co host, my sister, who has a name.
Dylan.
Dylan is the name, and my brother, Derek.
What's up?
And this week, we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth, which just came out in theaters over the holiday weekend. And I think it's doing pretty good. I think I saw 197 million or something
It's
like
doing
that.
very well.
Yeah, most of the shows I tried to buy tickets for were like nearly sold out. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, I know. I tried to go earlier and it was super sold out.
Yeah,
and you're like,
it is also a holiday weekend, so
It's
like,
true.
people go to the
And
movies.
it came out Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's up to 318
Worldwide
18 million.
or the U.S.?
Yeah, that's got to be worldwide. U.S.
Worldwide.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's insane.
Could be doing like another end game or something.
No, worldwide 318.
This is no end game. But yes, so this is the fourth movie in the Jurassic World name banner,
Mm-hmm.
right? Starring Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali,
Mm-hmm.
and guy whose name I forgot.
Other people.
Yep, I had his name.
Jonathan Bailey.
Thank you, Jonathan Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Which another part of the Jurassic Park franchise that we didn't need. I'm gonna
Agreed.
just say.
Mhm.
But just quick thoughts on it. I would say it's better than the last two Jurassic World movies we got.
Correct.
For sure. That is how I have been gauging it. I was like, it's definitely better than the last two.
Yeah,
Which
so
is,
what, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion.
yeah.
Dominion.
But those were very, very bad.
Yeah.
Those are pretty bad.
Yeah.
And we seen Dominion in the drive-in, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
We went to the drive-in for that.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I haven't gone to a drive-in movie in a while.
I think that's the last one.
Yeah, at least that's the last one I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so this is doing pretty decent. As for movies that have come out recently, I think it's okay. A pretty basic story. I think my biggest issue talking about the movie is how predictable it is, except for one part. I don't know, like I saw these people in the beginning of the movie and I'm sitting here like he's gonna die, she's gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these movies lately, they have all been, I guess the difference between the original is everyone is so, like, obviously evil guy is going to die in a unspectacular way.
Yeah.
And we're not going to care.
Oh, the cliche villain.
Yeah.
I was just
So cliche.
the business owner that's only out for money type of deal. Like
Yeah.
a bit cliche.
Yeah, and then, the irrelevant supporting cast, crew members or whatever, who
They didn't even introduce them. They were just on the boat, and I'm like, well, they're obviously gonna die.
yeah, just so obviously. So you figure they all die. Did we lose anyone significant?
I don't think we did.
No one
lose
even got
anybody.
hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't lose any significant people in this movie.
No. No.
Although, in the beginning, when Scarlett Johansson's character and Mahershala Ali, they had that whole heartfelt conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, Mahershala Ali is gonna die. Like,
I did feel like if it was a main character that was going to die, it was going to be him.
They are not killing Mahershala Ali.
it was.
I don't know. It was getting really like dramatic and sad.
when you
with his
have
story.
characters and they have this sad backstory whenever they do this, or you ever notice like in movies they start focusing on one character, and it's like, okay, all right, they're gonna die, right?
See, normally I would agree with you, but these latest round of Jurassic movies have not. You know what I mean? You already know you're not losing anyone significant.
I guess so.
They're not even getting scratched in these movies.
True.
At least give me a band-aid or a broken bone or something.
Well, okay, I don't know. We didn't lose Dr. Grant or what's her name, Ellie. Or the kids.
What's his face was severely injured.
Who?
The kids were severely injured. Ian Malcolm was severely injured.
Oh yeah, he was.
The kid was severely injured. We lost a hunter. We did lose the old man in the book. They should have kept that.
Yeah, but most of the important people made it through, so maybe it's the
But
same.
the difference is in the originals, at least to me, the tension building is in there was you really weren't certain that they were going to make it.
Yeah.
Right? There were times where you felt like, oh wow, they're really going to kill that guy. And even then, okay, you say, okay, Grant and them didn't die, but they killed the lawyer. You know, so there was significant characters that didn't make it still, I would say. They killed Samuel Jackson's character.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah.
So I think there
They
was
killed him off screen.
well,
They
there was
did.
a scene, but the hurricane destroyed it, so
Oh.
that's why we didn't see it.
Sucks.
Yeah, so I would say like so no, the main four made it, but I think it was one, like I said, people got hurt, people got injured, and just the way the movie was shot is you really weren't sure if they were going to make it. And I think that's the difference here. It's like going in, you know for sure Scarlett Johansson's not getting hurt in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, she wasn't gonna die.
Right? So I'm saying like nothing significant happens to any of these
Most
people.
of the dangerous scenes though.
She
Like,
wasn't.
it was like always the people around her.
Yeah. So I think there's the difference, and that's what matters.
Okay. That's a fair assessment, I would say. But yeah, I didn't like the predictable villain. Also, the main dinosaur in this movie is kind of useless. They used it for literally one scene, if you don't count the opening scene.
Oh, the whatever Rex
Whatever
was.
that is.
I don't like, just in general, and they keep doing this in this latest round. The mutated dinosaur.
Yeah.
There is literally no need for that.
Yeah.
There isn't a new dinosaur they discovered you could use. Or maybe they realized dinosaurs were less scary than.
But it's a movie. You can make it as scary as you wanted to make it, right?
It's also the 7th movie in the franchise, so I'm like, what dinosaur haven't they used?
Look, how many people know that's what I'm saying. I don't know the name of all the dinosaurs. They're dinosaurs. They all attack humans.
Yeah. Because what? Okay, the first Jurassic World, we had the Indominus Rex, then the Indoraptors.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was dumb when they did it 10 years ago or whenever Jurassic World came out, and it's dumb now.
It wasn't just the Indoraptor. Or, no, it was the Indoraptor.
The Indoraptor, yeah.
That thing was dumb.
They're all dumb.
And then what was Dominion? They went back to the island.
Did Dominion didn't have a made of one, I don't think.
No, it didn't.
They had the locusts.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. The genetically engineered locust.
Mhm.
That was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Man, I forgot everything about that movie. I didn't even remember why they had to go there.
To save the world from locusts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they were going to eat everything.
Yes.
I mean, they would.
Yes.
Why would you
Because they created the grain, the locust-proof grain that they can only get from bio, whatever they were calling themselves.
Oh, so they made the locusts to eat all the rest of the grain?
And then the world will have to buy the grain
because
from
the bad
them.
guy is always a super greedy rich person. I mean, look, in real life, that's our bad guys too. But,
Okay, yeah, but my thing is, this is a story we already told.
But my thing is, it's too unpredictable. But I guess that's what the whole premise of this franchise is. It's trying to control something that is unpredictable.
Okay, but it made more sense in the first two movies because you created an animal you didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And here is obviously evil person doing evil things for money while also weird dinosaurs because evil company does stupid thing, which we already did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we did it again for some dumb reason.
Yep, because that's what we did in this
But my thing is the audience said we didn't like it the first time. Why did you double down on it?
Because audiences don't know what they want.
Please.
But okay. So that being said, yes, that is this story. So, well, one noble cause, technically, quote unquote.
Sure.
So apparently they want to make it's a cure for heart disease. And I guess they found that they can get it from the dinosaur DNA.
Yeah, because they have big hearts or something.
I guess.
And that they live longer. So some kind of enzyme in their blood they want to study.
they didn't explain why we needed it from a aquatic dinosaur, a land dwelling one, and a
I think they
avian
were
one.
just covering all their bases, maybe.
I mean,
Some
Planet of the Apes was Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
see that would have been better. Yeah, I don't think that'd have been better. That'd have been better.
Alzheimer's, really? How
Yeah.
does a dinosaur cure Alzheimer's?
How does it cure heart disease?
It doesn't make sense either way. But I don't know. You know what? Maybe it does make sense because we find cures in weird places.
That's
anyway,
true.
so-
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's probably some blue flower somewhere that we haven't discovered yet that
Mhm.
cures all things.
Or like, there's this bat that doesn't get cancer. Like it's impossible for it to get cancer.
oh, okay.
Wow.
So why don't we do like a Last of Us, chop his head off, and isn't that what they wanted to do with Ellie?
Oh, they
Chop
did.
her
They
head
Oh,
off.
yeah.
I thought gene splicing and make us like human bat hybrids.
Ew. No, thank you. All right, do some more experiments with that, but not whatever you just said.
No, gene
Then
splicing.
we're gonna be doing echolocation.
Yeah.
You can already do echolocation. But yeah, so that's their goal is they're going there to get samples from these dinosaurs so it can be used for research. Without the greedy dude in front of it, noble goal.
Yes.
Yes, which
You
is
know.
what the glasses guy had told her.
Yeah.
That like, hey, what if we didn't give it to him?
Yeah, because he was obviously a pharmaceutical company. They're
Mhm.
gonna take it and then make a U.S. pharmaceutical company. So they're gonna make it $300
Unaffordable.
per month.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
that was probably cheaper than what a lot of people got to deal with.
It $300 would be a blessing if that's what it
Um,
costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
would.
something astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, well, you either have money or you die from heart disease, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know. So
And you know they was gonna tax it because he was talking about paying her $10 million, and they were gonna split it.
yeah,
So yeah.
Yeah, that $10 million ain't nothing.
yeah, $10 million. So that's where Scarlett Johansson comes in. She's a specialist
Mhm.
mercenary, I guess.
Yes. A covert option expert.
And so he used
Operation.
her and her team paying $10 million to help. And they got the doctor because he's the expert. And so that's our team. So we head to the island full of dinosaurs. Then, surprisingly, I didn't know we were going to have a second group
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
So a family got stranded in the middle of the ocean.
All right, so first of all, the Mosasaurus wasn't supposed to be there where they were, right?
That's what. Yeah, they weren't supposed to be there.
But also, they said dinosaurs can only live in the tropics now, right?
Which isn't that like a complete 180 or 360 or whatever from what they said in the other two movies? Because all of a sudden they were able to adapt to living on Earth, and now all of a sudden they can't now.
So, two things. Scientifically, this movie makes more sense.
Yep.
The other movies didn't make sense, and they just reneged on everything they
But-
said.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Because that's why Jurassic Park was in Costa Rica.
it makes sense.
You know,
Yeah, it makes complete sense. But in the other movies, it's like, oh, they're somehow thriving and they're eating this plant to help them survive. And all of a sudden, it doesn't matter that there's not as much nitrogen in the air. And now all of a sudden, it matters
yeah,
again.
because you have Blue running around in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I feel like no.
No, there's no lizard running around.
So, but they're not lizards.
I mean, not lizards, but reptiles.
So
yeah, so I'm just like, oh, okay, we just changed that.
yeah, but this does make more sense.
This makes more sense.
Dinosaurs would not
Because
be able,
it's like-
especially the big ones, they would not be able to survive.
Mhm.
I
All right, because
agree.
we had that scene in the beginning of the dinosaur that's dying in the middle of the road in New York.
Was it dying? I thought they were just trying to get it back in the zoo.
No, it looked like it was done.
It was dying.
Oh, just shoot it and chop it up.
Jeez, wow.
I thought that,
Cold-blooded.
but I was going to say,
Well, one of the people that was the
Yeah.
Yeah.
evil guy
Yeah.
said the same thing.
he did.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just felt like, well, that's weird. You guys spent the other two movies proving why they could make it, and all of a sudden they just don't make it anymore.
Yeah, because I think science found out it was like, yeah, no, they really can't.
My
make
thing
it.
is just make up your mind. Like, what universe do you want these dinosaurs to be in?
Another thing about the signs, I feel like the designs of the dinosaurs changed because they finally started focusing on like, oh, what dinosaurs might actually look like. Because before they just threw skin on top of the bones and it's like, yeah, that's what a T Rex looked like, as if animals don't have muscles and fat and stuff that would fit over.
Did it really look that different in here?
Yeah.
A lot of the dinosaurs, they did seem like they had more. Like it wasn't just like skin on top of the muscle.
They had more scales, they had more hair,
more like fat places and things like that.
Y'all, who cares?
I was just pointing that out. It seemed like that.
Legit, who cares?
All right, man. I thought it was an interesting fact. Okay.
I did too.
No, y'all by y'all lonesome on that one.
Okay. All right. Well, I bet there are some people in the comments that thought that it was also an interesting fact.
No.
So you can let us know and let Dylan know how wrong she is.
No, absolutely not.
Yep. So, okay. Yes. So that's how we get our team. There's a second group of people, right, that were in the Caribbean. Okay. That's where I was going before we went on our tangent. If dinosaurs are only in the equator, apparently only near the Americas, I'm not living there or traveling there or whatever there.
Remember, they created this whole narrative that people don't care so much anymore. So
they can still eat me.
Yeah. But they're on that island too, though.
All right.
So
I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay.
Polar bears are dying off.
Yes.
Because of climate change.
Uh-huh.
I'm still not going to a polar bear prone area.
Okay, first of all, that's a bad example because no one's going to the Arctic.
People do.
Researchers. Normal people are just not going to the Arctic. There's no reason to be there.
Oh, so you're saying I need to go to vacation?
Sure a couple of normal people tried.
Why would I go there?
I don't know. They probably didn't make it. But
if you're not paying me, I'm not going. Even if you were paying me, I'm not doing it.
So that's my premise of going to the equator
it's different,
now.
One, because people live on those land.
And I'm moving.
Okay, one, remember they already said that the boat people avoided going there. So clearly there's a ban that people do not travel to anymore.
Yeah, well, that was near the island, yeah.
Yeah, and so you're talking about the family, but apparently they take this cross-world or cross-Atlantic trip regularly. At least that's what the guys say. They do it every year.
Yeah, between islands, I forgot. Was it like Barbados and...
Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, I forget the other.
It's a long boat ride in that tiny little boat they were on.
Yes.
People think that stuff is fun.
No.
I do not want to be.
Is it fun for me to be surrounded by ocean who wants to kill me?
Yeah, no.
People think that stuff is fun.
No.
I mean,
even when the boyfriend was like, we can drop an anchor, and he's like,
that was just dumb. Yeah. You want to talk about someone who I was hoping die?
I thought he was.
I did. So I was wrong with a couple of deaths. I really thought the boyfriend was going to die.
I thought he was too.
He should have. They would have made the movie better.
Well, he redeemed himself a bit.
Yeah.
A bit.
Because he jumped in the water.
Yeah. Also, he did a few things on the island.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry. No.
Okay.
No redemption here.
Wow. I mean, he was trash. I was like,
yeah, he was very.
If I was that father, I'd be like, yeah, you know what?
All,
I don't care if he's your boyfriend.
Why was the father such a pushover? Like, I'm sorry, are you not the man on this boat or not? Yeah. And then, girlfriend, like, I'm sorry. I want you acting like that. I will push you overboard myself.
Yeah.
There's like, this dude has no redeeming qualities. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what do you see in this? First of all, he goofy looking.
I felt like they tried to start going down a road, like, you know, because he started saying, like, oh, I'm not that great when the father commended him.
Mm-hmm. But then they didn't explain it. So
didn't explain anything about
I was like, so what is his secret? You know, I figured that maybe he's running from something, or maybe he did something in his past. It would have been nice if they would have told us
CIA or something.
Something, you know, it's like, because then he like abruptly ends the conversation, and then we never go back to that.
Yeah.
So pointless.
Yeah. But yeah, so the whole family. So his father, his two daughters, Tessa and Isabella, and then the boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on a tiny boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How all four of them on that boat? Like, where are we sleeping? Are we snuggling up in that one little bunk?
They were taking turns.
Only one person sleep at a time?
Yeah, because he was saying that's
Well,
what.
I know him and the boy supposed to take turns driving the boat.
Yeah, and
But-
the daughter.
But so only one person sleeps at a time.
Yeah.
I don't know. We gonna need different arrangements. I'm not.
So
for
I'm
that.
assuming like the father and the youngest daughter slept together.
That's two people.
And then the boyfriend and the
youngest daughter's like
and
7.
the boyfriend and the girlfriend sleep together.
Okay, again,
it's
that's
two
two.
shifts.
I said one person at a time. You said
Oh.
yes. That's
Well,
two.
I'm sorry.
Even then, that we're too snuggled. No, thank you.
Yeah, because that's why like when he came up, he got upset.
Well, I know
'Cause he
that.
Yeah, because he was like, it's 11 o'clock.
I know that. I'm
Mhm.
saying it's still too small.
It is it is very small.
But anyway, they get capsized by the mosasaurs and spinosauruses.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they work together in the ocean to
Sure.
attack things.
Yeah.
So, that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't eat them, so they set off a distress signal. And that's how our two people get intertwined together. Because they get saved. Of course, our evil dude is like,
Right.
we're
Just
not going to
leave them.
save them.
Right, we're
Yeah.
right here. We can get our samples and then come around and get them. When he said like a few more hours, they would be okay, and I was like, that is horrible because a few hours can seem like a long time in the middle of a capsized boat in the middle of the ocean.
Well, a lot can happen in a few hours.
Yeah, I don't. If I'm in control of a boat and there's a distress call, like we go save them.
I
Mhm.
think
know.
99% of the boats will.
Mhm.
Like we don't just go, well,
Yeah.
someone else. Didn't somebody say someone else would get them?
That was the evil guy. I
He
thought.
also said that.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you're probably.
And they
already
weren't
rich.
even that far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you weren't going that.
Yeah, because they explained to him, they was like, we still have time to get them and come back and get the samples.
Yeah. Now I will say this: the family, after you get rescued,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the position to
Mm-mm.
say
Yeah.
like, oh well, why are you guys going to do that? They picked you up,
Yeah.
and then this boat goes and does what it's supposed to do. Like if you get picked up by a fishing boat, they're still gonna fish.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go like, oh well, let's take you to land.
Yeah,
You're
they're
gonna stay
gonna
on the boat until
Till
they
they're
get back to
done.
land.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
until if the Coast Guard can pick you up en route to wherever we going, then you can transfer.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
basically, is you're on our boat for the next 2 days because it's money for me to turn around and then drop you off somewhere.
Yeah.
That's not how we work.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, y'all tripping.
Yeah,
Just do that.
I was just like, you can't make demands. Like
Mhm.
you have.
And
no
they were
option,
trying
sir.
to make demands.
Yeah.
It was like, no.
No.
You have no say in this.
Oh, be glad we picked you up because they thought about leaving you.
They did. They
Mhm.
were gonna leave you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, so this is how we get to the island.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get attacked by the mosasaur. Of course.
Right.
I don't know. I was
And
like,
then they
did
also
they have
can
a
get
better
on land.
plan? I feel like you should have had a better plan.
I thought their plan was fine. You talking about the citizens or the crew?
The crew.
Well, they got the mosasaurs.
They got the DNA, but you had to be able to like, can we outrun the mosasaur on our boat?
Well, I don't think they expected the mosasaurs to attack the boat.
Right.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like whales attacking a boat. You don't expect them to do it, but they can.
Yeah. Well, I guess they were surprised that it attacked
Yeah.
the sailboat.
Yeah, because I feel like their plan to me honestly was pretty solid. Like they were actually able to get their samples relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. Each sample. I mean, the easiest one was it Titanosaur?
The Titana,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So really big dinosaur, which that was easy.
Oh yeah.
Although they were in tall grass, then I'm like, I don't.
Oh, doesn't it remind every time I see that I was
Man.
thinking of Lost World. Don't go into the tall grass.
Every time I see the tall grass, I was like,
I'm like, I just don't
mm.
feel safe if I see tall grass in real life. I'm like, or cornfields. We
Yep.
we live in Ohio, full of cornfields.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Fields.
yeah. I don't even want to drive through them, let alone walk in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nah, man.
But I think that goes down to the overall problem with these movies is you knew nothing was going to happen to them in that grass. Because in these movies, it's like unless the dinosaur is on scene, you already know nothing bad is going to happen to him. Like the dinosaur doesn't exist unless they're showing you the dinosaur.
Yeah.
There's no question mark. There's no tension in it, right? You figured in the original, a lot of was like the dinosaurs weren't in the movie a ton. A lot of the tension building was on the thing that you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Like a shadow of a raptor.
Yeah. So in here, it's just like we saying, like, hey, don't go into the tall grass. But in this universe, it doesn't matter because they were after the Titanosaurs, and that was the only thing that was going to be there was that.
Yeah.
And there was no other risk.
Mention of that, and it was like, why? And it was like, well, because they're here, there are also predators that eat them. So it's possible that they could be here too.
Would there be a predator that eat them?
No.
Pretty big
No,
dinosaurs.
there's no predator going after them.
Wait, T-Rex
No.
maybe.
Why? When there's easier animals to get,
True.
right? You figured lions only go after elephants if they're starving.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like that in this movie. Like there was a T-Rex scene where the family was
Mhm.
getting chased by the
Mhm.
T-Rex. And I always say, does the T-Rex put in that much energy to get them? At first, I was complaining, but he did do something smart. Like it seemed like the T-Rex knew the water led to this certain spot, so he's like, "I'm just gonna walk up."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it did surprise me, and if I was the family, I would have freaked out. Like as they were in a boat, right, and they floating down a river, and it starts getting deeper. And I personally would have been like, okay, as it continues to getting deeper, we're good. And the T-Rex started swimming,
Yeah.
and I was like,
And then he didn't attack them. He swam in front of them. And let the water stream bring them to him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. I did like that scene.
Mhm.
I thought that was a good scene.
But
like you said though, after that, I'm not sure if he puts in that much effort.
Probably not.
because you got to think like, and this goes for animals even in real life now. Like if it's going to be too much energy to get the meal, then the meal's not worth it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And maybe
I like
just
the only time is if they're starving, because now it's like they're doing this
Seems
for
like he
survival.
just ate.
yeah, I was
Right,
saying
right.
he's
He
not
just
having a
ate.
lack of food. What I'm saying
Yeah.
is just maybe it was just a new and interesting thing.
Yeah.
No, it's like not necessarily hunting, but
Oh.
Oh.
Chasing it.
yeah, like you're in my territory now.
Mhm.
It did seem kind of like that. He woke up and he was like,
You're like, hey, what's this? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you see more and more like why are you in my spot kind of deal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
we got another one of those looks with the bird, the whatever it was called, Quetzalcoatl.
I don't know,
like that.
something flying that's big.
Yeah, it's a pterosaur,
Mhm.
which I guess technically aren't dinosaurs. I learned that in one of my kids' books.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, not a dinosaur, I guess.
Whatever you say.
But yeah, so they were like getting a sample from one of the eggs, which
Mhm.
I guess would be easier than trying to shoot a bird.
Yes.
True. That's kind of hard.
Yeah.
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 And it like comes up to the nest, and like it gets in there, and then literally you see it like look like, what?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
What is this?
What are y'all doing in my nest?
Yeah.
Which was I think that was pretty cool. Although the one guy got swallowed.
Oh
That's-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sucks for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, reminded
it
me
will
of,
pull-
of those pelicans.
I knew you were. I
Man,
knew
I
when I
haven't
saw
seen
it.
it.
When I saw
Yes.
it, I was like, okay.
When I seen it,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
And
like, he gonna bring up these
Now-
pelicans again.
Now the thing was that caught me off guard.
What, him dying?
No, not him dying,
No.
but when they were kept pulling up the rope.
Oh, they're
Oh.
pulling them up, and then a bird comes up,
and
with
then
them.
the bird comes up with him in the rope in his mouth, and I was like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, that
that
sucked.
caught me off guard.
Fair enough.
Oh, I guess we should talk about deaths, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So a few. Australian guy, he gets eaten.
Super quick and pointless.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, because he was so cocky and talking a lot of junk, and then I'm like, bro, you talk about having this nice gun and everything. I'm like, you missing.
well, I mean,
They also, it didn't do anything.
it didn't do anything. which
Yeah.
obviously you didn't test it on a dinosaur.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, he
He
died.
got by a Spinosaurus. He got eaten.
Yeah, I don't know. Why was he even in this movie? He was in the
So
movie for
he
like
could-
30 seconds.
So
to
he
be
can
one
die.
of the people that.
Okay.
But yeah, he died.
The
Very
other
quickly.
lady got eaten by a Spinosaurus like right after they landed on a beach.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
got eaten.
And
Why
my
was she trying to move that big old thing?
I know. My thing is,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like 3 times as big as you. There's 2 people on the small one and
Yeah.
you on this big one. I'd have been like, hey guys, help me push this thing inland.
Also,
Yeah.
I
Just
didn't
dumb.
notice it until it started.
It started, yeah, I didn't see that either. I was like, oh, that was clever of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
But they said when they got on there, it was like, hey, we need to get away from
because they're amphibious.
because they're amphibious.
They weren't moving with speed.
They were not.
They were walking slow. They were.
Yeah, I'm like, you would think we'd be hurry up trying to get off this beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, she died.
Which sucks because personally, I would want to stay on the beach and not go into the jungle.
But that's what the sign said.
Yeah, well, no, not with
Right.
the Spinosaurus trying to eat me.
Hey, the sign says stay on the beach and wait for rescue.
Hey, you know what sucks? We only saw 2 raptors in this movie.
Did
Mhm.
we?
And
Oh,
very short,
yeah.
and it was
Very short and pointless. Yes.
Come on, that's everyone's favorite dinosaur.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Like, you can't say, like, oh, are you guys tired of seeing the same ones over and over again? The answer to that is no.
Yeah.
And then you replace it with made up dinosaurs. I don't want that.
Are these made up?
The 2 at the
bird
end were
was.
made up. No, the bird isn't. The sample ones were not made up.
Okay.
But the 2 at the end that were chasing them, those were made up.
Yeah.
We don't need that. We didn't want
Oh,
that.
the little flying
The
bird
weird
thingies
flying
with
bird
the
thingy, yeah.
frog throats. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, that was made up, and then obviously the D-Rex was made up.
Yeah, because they said it was mutated with a raptor and a Pretosaurus.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. And then they don't say what the weird mutation was. It's just
Yeah.
called a Distortus Rex.
We're gonna talk about the Rex
Mhm.
a little later. But okay, so that was 2 deaths. What was our next death? Oh, was the next death climbing the mountain?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one died until the mountain climb.
Wow, that was like a half hour
So my position stands.
or more, half
Yes.
hour or more.
Yeah.
Between then.
Yeah, no danger whatsoever.
Jeez, yeah.
Hmm.
So he died. The scientist, if it wasn't for them big old palm leaves, he would have been dead.
He'd have been dead, yes.
Man,
and I was like, oh, he's gonna
I
fall in the water.
still was like, that water's not deep enough.
No, well, the palm leaves slowed
It
his
slows
descent
it slowed his descent down.
significantly.
Huh.
You look like that, but I told you all about the story of the girl who, like, the plane fell apart
because you
and
gotta
she
figure
survived.
it's a densely packed forest. It's not like the
Yeah.
tree in your backyard.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and those
He
leaves
doesn't
are
break
big. It is
anything at all?
slowing him down. significantly.
Again, I already said no one got seriously injured. Should have people been?
I
Yes.
was like,
yeah,
there's
he would have
something
broke
broken.
something. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no injuries, no nothing. I agree with you there.
Yeah, he was just moving afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Because it's not like he braced this fall.
No.
were there any
It's just
deaths
slow.
after the bro death?
The rich guy.
The rich guy.
That's
it. Everybody else lived and got off the island.
Yep.
Yo, this Rex thing sucks. I'm gonna talk about why it sucks in a little bit, but all right, they all find each other at the helipad because they had a backup plan for a helicopter to
Mhm.
come and for 2 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I guess was the best they could do. Maybe
Yeah.
it was. You know.
Well, they said they don't want to get attacked by dinosaurs.
Oh, I guess the helicopter
Oh
people
yeah,
died.
everybody in the helicopter died, but
Died.
you didn't like
That
you
doesn't
saw the
count.
helicopter being chomped.
Yeah.
You know.
That doesn't count, but yeah.
Yeah. But they get there. Oh, we forgot that the rich guy tried to kill the girl because
Yeah.
she was calling for help.
Yeah.
Right.
And he didn't want that because he doesn't want anyone to know that
What
they were
he's doing,
there.
yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So horrible. I have to do. Why would I choose? Like, here's this. Even if I'm selfish rich guy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally about to die as I'm being attacked by a giant dinosaur,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no, don't call for help
Yeah.
because I might lose money.
Yeah, and my thing is like you could talk your way out of whatever. You know, people
Yeah,
like,
you can talk
why
your
are
way
you
out.
there? The stupid family had a reason to be there. You could simply be like, we're doing research.
We were doing
Yeah.
research. The family had a distress signal, and
We
then
picked
we
them up.
picked them up, and then we got attacked by Moses Orders.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. And we didn't need to start, letting people fall off of boats.
Yeah, you could have said you were outside of the danger zone until you heard the
Yeah.
distress signal.
Anything. No one would have to know why you were really there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, he tried to let her die, so that caused the whole thing at the end.
Yeah.
And so of course he tries to escape on his own.
And he doesn't make it because of course he doesn't.
Yeah. And I guess the generator comes on at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on a timer and it continues to operate for some reason.
Well, because it's geothermal.
Oh, right. So it's always going to operate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. True.
Yeah, it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
Well, no, the equipment can break down. It was 17 years. The generator has got to break down at some point.
I would give it 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, I would give it 20 years.
Okay. But anyway, this is the research station. That's where the helicopter pad is.
Yeah.
So they're trying to escape, but we got some weird hybrid raptor bird thingies
Mm-hmm.
chasing them, and they again try to recreate the raptor scene
Yep.
inside of a store. Did
And
not work.
failed again.
It
Yep.
was not scary.
Nope.
Although girl smart. I'm gonna give props to this little girl, even though she had this baby dinosaur following her. I thought that
Also
would lead to
named
something.
Dolores.
It was named Dolores.
Dolores. Yeah.
Yes.
She named the dinosaur Dolores.
If you see a baby anything, don't take it with you.
Don't
There's
take it
usually
with
a
you.
parent. A parent this time there wasn't a parent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like I'm always skeptical of there's a parent somewhere.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, that's besides the point. Little girl, actually pretty smart. Actually in a few different cases. I'm
Yeah.
not mad at the little girl.
Yeah, probably one of the few times where the kid wasn't annoying in a movie.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't find her annoying.
Yeah.
Rightfully scared, I would be too.
Yeah.
But like she hides in the freezer from the raptor thingy and then like covers up the light with her jacket.
Smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can't see inside of the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
All
was
it saw
smart.
was his reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, oh, that's so smart. And the thing is, before that scene, I was like, why is she carrying around this jacket still? And it came out useful. So.
Yeah, it was useful.
It was useful. Yeah.
So yeah, rich guy goes in a car to try to escape.
Mhm.
Cool. While the helicopter gets eaten by the
The D-Rex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, this car scene just reminded me of what's his face from the first movie.
Oh, which one? When Malden and the crew's trying to get away from the T-Rex?
No. With he had the samples.
Oh, Nedry.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ned.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
it was very
okay.
similar. Yes.
Yeah. So I think they were trying to
Yeah.
redo that.
See,
as well.
here's what I don't understand. This is like the third time you guys have done this.
They redid a lot of scenes.
Instead of redoing those classic scenes, why not just make your own? Because you're redoing something, but you're not even making it better.
Yeah. So a few things. The banner again.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
They did that at the beginning of the movie with the banner by the T-Rex
Yeah.
bones. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. You did it 3 times already. Stop. Okay.
Mhm.
Why do we even still have that banner in print? I don't understand.
You think by now that they came up with a new one, right?
Yeah. So you had that the scene with them with the Titanosaur, Titanosaur, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The big long neck dinosaurs. That was
Yep.
recreating the scene with Grant and
Mhm.
Ellie when they first got to Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Of course. The
Mhm.
raptor scene was redid. You even got the little clawfoot thing, although not scary again.
Nope.
Was scary in the first movie.
Yep.
Dumb.
Mhm.
And then the car chase thing.
Yeah.
But okay, so they have to go. Apparently, there's a tunnel system in there. It leads to a boat, so they have to go through the tunnels under the island. There's a raptor down there chasing them in the tunnels, although they didn't notice the last second. So again, not scary.
Again, tension building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was no tension there, especially since Scarlett Johansson noticed that it was there and went in after it with a gun. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, she saves them.
Yeah.
Yay! If you didn't show us her going in there, and then like everybody met up with each other, and then we see a raptor coming out behind them, right?
And then
Then
she
there's
comes up.
tension,
What?
and then she comes up and shoots, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. What if they did it like in the Alien movie, where they're in the tunnel? You know the alien's also in the tunnel, but you can't see it.
Mhm.
You only know where your guy is, right? That was tension because you figured like you're like, man, this dude is not going to make it, but you're following and hearing the beeps on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what if they did it something like here, like we said, like they're all in the tunnels now, but at the same time, we know there's zero chance any one of y'all is about to get eaten by this thing.
Because it was clear what they were going to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, we stopped that. But then the tunnels are gated off. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
Usually gated off. So they gotta get out. Nobody can fit through the bars except for the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes out there to open the gate. I'm like, wow. I would not have sent my kid. I mean, nobody sent her. They did try to stop her, and I agreed. Even though I was like, man, I think you're the only one that can fit through these bars. I'm like, I don't know, because like,
I mean, agreed. I wouldn't want to send my kid out there, but like you said, this was a smart little girl, and she's like, I can fit, and she can fit. Although I'm fairly certain Scarlett Johansson could probably fit through there.
I don't know.
She's
if the
not a
boyfriend
big
couldn't
woman.
fit, I don't think Scarlett Johansson can fit.
No, you don't think?
No.
No.
He was thinner than Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. I mean, obviously
Maybe
the
small, but I don't
okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. I mean, obviously the little kid was gonna fit.
Yeah.
I just feel like you could fit through small spaces. 'Cause like I used to slip through fences all the time.
Yeah, you're also a smaller person.
You were smaller. You think you could still do it now?
I bet I could.
I used to be able to. I know.
I
can
used
now.
to be able to, but
Yeah, like I bet I could still slip through a
There's too
fence.
much.
yeah.
Too much fat built up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it and let y'all know.
Okay, don't get stuck.
She gonna get stuck, and that's how
We're
we're
gonna
gonna
have to
know.
call the fire department.
Yes, because she's gonna get stuck.
It's not gonna get stuck.
We let y'all know next week on 3D Rivals.
All right, so here's the tension here. The D-Rex is right there while she's trying to open the gate, and then the raptor flying thingy is also coming through where they are in the tunnels.
Yeah.
Which apparently it stops trying to get through every time we cut away to the D-Rex because like it didn't move
So
until they cut back to where they were.
that goes back to my original
Movie
statement.
trope.
The dinosaur doesn't exist unless they're on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie trope.
Also,
this
the
movie
D-Rex
trope.
didn't seem that dangerous. It was super slow.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it probably didn't seem the smartest.
I wouldn't think it was.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was an abomination.
Yeah.
Creation.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it moved slow. Like the T-Rex seems more dangerous than it,
Agreed.
Yeah.
considering how quickly the T-Rex moved.
Mm-hmm.
This one, like, it just kind of ambled about.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know? I'm like, I feel like you can escape it. Like,
Yeah.
But she opens the gate, and then they have to close the gate before the raptor comes out, which I forgot. They redid another scene. That was redoing the scene from Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yes, with him running into the gate as the raptor tried to bite at his feet.
Yeah.
So, yes, they redid that. My bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Let's just continue redoing it. I think they have like a bucket to pull from.
My thing is
Like,
create your own
what
scene.
scene do we do?
Yeah.
You
Just
know?
create your own scene.
So of course they all get on the boat and whatnot. I forgot Rich Dude gets eaten by the D-Rex. Did we mention that?
We did not.
We sort of. He escapes in a car. He gets eaten.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
car crashes into the D-Rex.
Yeah. So.
No, he gets eaten. No.
Oh, no,
We
no one
didn't see
cares.
that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, D-Rex is slow. I'm sorry. Like it ate the dude, and then like Scarlett Johansson was just able to go pick up the case right underneath it.
Yeah.
Like and they're all getting
Right.
on the boat while it's like staring at him. Like I don't know what you guys were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me slowly move. I don't know. It didn't seem that dangerous to me.
Agreed.
But in order to distract it so he didn't eat the little girl, Mahershala Ali gets a flare. much like Ian Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
and gets it to follow him. And then you're like, oh no, he's gonna sacrifice himself for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But he's alive.
Yeah.
As they escaped on the boat,
Yeah.
he shoots another flare. I'm alive over here. Now, did anyone else get like a feeling that he was gonna like get eaten while they're like, he's in the water waving his flare, like, and everybody's like, yeah, he's okay. We're gonna save him.
No, you thought that was gonna happen?
Honestly, I didn't. I didn't, because I felt like if he escaped,
if I was writing it, that's exactly how
that's
I
what I'm saying. But this is not that kind of movie. Like that would have made sense. But it'd be different if they had set the tone for that in the beginning of the movie. Then I would think fair game. Like, hey, he can still be eaten. But at this point, I'm just like, you already know that's gonna happen to him.
I feel like
there's no doubt.
If he didn't get eaten off screen, which he should have, because I don't know how he escaped that.
Well, like I said, the D-Rex seems stupid and slow. Like he could have just threw the flare and then swam under the water.
That's what it seems like. He put the flare out. I can't see you anymore, and then swim away. I'm guessing is what happened.
Yeah. It wasn't that dangerous of a dinosaur.
No.
I mean, obviously dangerous, but like you'd probably run away from it.
Well, I feel like since he didn't die then, he wasn't going to die.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. I mean, David had set that tone in the beginning of the movie.
So it was just me because that's how I would have wrote it.
That's how I would have. I would have killed off one major character for sure. I'd have killed the little girl, to be honest.
No, what's wrong with you?
That's how
I saw her review.
That's how you set the tone for the movie.
That's what they said too.
Kill the little girl. No, the boyfriend was the one that
It's not important and no one likes him. You need to set the tone for the movie.
Eaten.
No, you need to set the tone for the movie.
But you don't kill the little girl.
A Quiet Place. They killed that little boy. And I was so for sure, like, oh, his father's going to get there in time.
That was in the first 5 minutes.
Exactly. It set the tone for the movie. So even though no one else died.
I like that scene.
You felt like everyone was free game. You set the tone early.
Mm-hmm.
You got to kill the little girl.
Man, listen. Kill the father or something. Like, don't kill the little girl.
You got to kill the little girl.
No. I vehemently against it.
But
I mean, yes,
think about it. That's because you're like,
it would be upsetting to
exactly
watch. Yes,
that the whole movie's different. Then you watch the whole movie differently.
Yes, you do. Well,
yeah. Even if you don't kill off nobody else,
exactly,
you do. Yeah.
Also, I was like, they on this boat. Don't they gotta get past the mosasaur again?
Yes.
I'm like, you can't take this boat to safety. So, are you hoping some?
I mean, I'm guessing they put out a distress signal and hoping that.
I don't know, but there's still stuff in the water though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would hope
they just make it through and it just so happened the mosasaur.
It kind of remind me of like how Anaconda ended. Is like
I'm supposed to remember the end of Anaconda.
Well, no, it's like they get on a raggedy boat again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, you killed that. There's still other snakes in the water.
As big as the anaconda.
No, there's only one anaconda.
It was more than one.
No, that's anaconda.
That's anacondas. There's only one anaconda in Anaconda.
Oh, okay.
Is there
There is an anacondas.
I know there's another movie coming out.
I know.
Yeah, there is.
I know.
I'm gonna watch it.
I am gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. Which then means we need to watch the first one.
Oh no!
Hey, Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube. Was it John Voight?
Yeah. Very interesting.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen it, so
yeah.
It's probably
so bad.
So bad.
So bad.
The acting is probably trash.
Not looking forward to that.
No. Oh, we do that. We gotta do Lake Placid.
No. Okay.
It's my pet.
I mean, it's one of those like hilariously bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
All right. So that was Jurassic World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why
is it called Rebirth?
I
Because
don't
they
know.
started
It
over, I
doesn't
guess.
it doesn't make sense. The rebirth part doesn't make sense. Oh, I didn't talk about the beginning. I guess we get to nitpicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's go movie facts, and then I'll talk about the beginning scene
Okay.
as my nitpick.
Random movie
Which
facts.
was the beginning saying?
In the lab
The lab.
before
Oh.
That happened
17 years earlier.
17 years earlier.
Yeah, that's on the list. Okay. Random movie facts.
Random movie facts.
This takes place 5 years after Jurassic World Dominion.
Yep.
Cool.
Not important, but sure. So anyways, the guy who plays Dr. Henry Loomis, he also contributed to the film score. He plays the clarinet.
Oh, okay.
So that's nice.
I did like, I mean, it was the same, but it's like it was played in a different tone
It's
each
like
time.
a remix of the original theme,
Yeah.
which is fine. I had no
Yeah, they
issues
didn't keep doing
with
the same
it.
thing for the
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So this is the first Jurassic Park movie where none of the original cast members return. Cool?
Fine. Like, yeah, you know.
Okay. Maybe that's the rebirth part.
Yeah. So the name of the weird Velociraptor Tetradon, whatever that is,
Pterodon.
a pterodon.
You don't pronounce the P's, guys.
I said Tetradon.
Okay.
That's
Pterodon.
what I said.
All right.
Goodness.
All right. Well, my bad.
We're just making up stuff.
All right.
All right. Is a Velociraptor? That's what I don't know. That's the
Okay.
name of the animal.
It looks dumb.
And the D-Rex was the Desatorist or
Yeah.
something similar to that.
Yeah.
In the original draft, Duncan, that is Mahershala Ali character, does die, and they changed it for some stupid reason. It's better if he dies.
Yeah.
Oh, does he dies to the D-Rex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at the end, but seriously, kill someone relevant. All right. The riverboat scene, which I thought was actually pretty good, I enjoyed it, was cut from the original movie because it was, complicated and expensive to do.
Oh.
Oh, wasn't there a level on the?
Yes.
Yes.
The Genesis game.
Yes.
There was.
Yeah,
a level.
there was a
Yeah.
river level.
Which was extremely hard.
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah.
I hated that level. That whole game was hard.
The game was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, the screenwriter for the original movie, David Kopp, is I don't know how to pronounce his name, whatever. Anyways, he said he didn't want the river raft scene in the movie because he felt like it was repetitive because they already been getting attacked by the dinosaurs. This would just been another dinosaur attack in a different way. So anyways, he was like, it was easy to cut it out because one, it had been super expensive, especially in '92 because they were doing all of these practical and the T-Rex
effects.
already couldn't get wet and you have a whole water scene with it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it got cut. So the difference between should have backed up. This was also in the book for those who didn't read the book.
I read the book.
Yes. So the river raft scene was in the book.
I read Lost World.
I was not a fan of the Lost World, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was one of those rare occasions where the Lost World movie was better than the book.
Agreed.
Well, yeah, obviously. No, I read the original one because I remember the Nidra getting eaten by the what's the name?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the book was really good.
Yeah. So in the original movie, this is how the scene would have went. Alan and the kids are in the raft. The T-Rex sees them. He's trying to get to them in the river, but he can't because the trees are lining the river, so he can't break through the trees. So anyway, he catches them at the end of the river where there's a waterfall. The raft falls over. Oh wait, did I get my? I'm sorry, I'm getting my things mixed up. Back up. This is how it would happen in the movie. Alan Grant and kids are in the raft. The T-Rex will appear, and he's chasing them through the river. And then him chasing them causes a stampede, which then causes more danger for them. And then it gets worse because they reach the waterfall. That's how it would have happened in the movie if they had did it.
Okay.
In the book, the kids are in the raft, and they're going to use the river, to get back to the hotel because it would have been faster because the water's fast. And now the T-Rex is chasing them, but he's chasing them along the river because he can't get through the trees to get to them. But the river ends in a waterfall. So the T-Rex, sort of like in this movie, decides, I'll just wait for you at the end of the waterfall.
Okay.
The raft falls over the waterfall, but because of that, they kind of get swept past the T-Rex. So ends up snatching them, and he only manages to snatch Lex's life jacket. But they're all out of the water by this time, and that eventually leads to a scene similar to the scene in The Lost World where the T-Rex sticks his head through the waterfall to get to them. So the Lost World took the end of that scene, and then we finally got the river raft scene in
In
this
this
movie.
movie. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So then, I mean, I guess this is kind of a movie fact, kind of a nitpick. So this is gonna be my last one. So the director, Gareth Edwards, believes that the audience aren't interested in dinosaurs anymore, which is
Why do you think we're going to watch a Jurassic World movie?
yeah, which is just dumb. And I'm like, one, if you didn't think people were interested in it, why'd you make the movie?
Yeah, why make the movie then?
that's
Yeah,
so
my thing is
stupid.
then go find someone who wants to make a dinosaur movie because clearly you didn't.
People are still interested in dinosaurs.
Like, why would they
Dinosaurs
not?
is popular.
Right. Our complaints come from not us not being interested in dinosaurs, is that you're not making
Being
good
dinos-
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want better movies, not 1,000 different remakes of the same thing. When
Yeah.
you don't even have the heart and
And
soul.
making up dinosaurs.
People
Yeah.
aren't interested in dinosaurs anymore. In Jurassic World, the first one of these remakes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
when the T-Rex comes out, the crowd cheered
Yeah.
for the T-Rex
Yeah.
Yeah.
because, yeah, they care about regular dinosaurs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want 1,000 remakes, right? You lost the heart and soul of the franchise.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
is what
gone.
people are complaining about. And
Yeah.
if people weren't interested in the dinosaurs, why are these movies making $1 billion?
Right.
That's just a dumb statement. And I'm like, why are you here then?
So that was kind of a mix of a nitpick.
Yeah, that's why it's at the end.
Nitpick,
Yeah.
So we right into the nitpicks.
Right into the
Pick
nitpicks.
some nicks.
All right. So first scene.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of security is that?
It's one that's
A
incredibly
Snicker-
slow,
a
first of
Snicker
all.
wrapper gets sucked into a door vent or something. I don't know. Why
And
the door
shuts
has a vent on it.
The whole system down.
Yeah, it shuts the system down.
Because I'm guessing the rapper broke the door or
Why would
something.
Because the door didn't reseal. So since the door didn't reseal, it shuts the system down, and now it needs to be rebooted.
It's like before I understood the scene in Batman Forever.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it now, but before I understood it, I used to go, "Why does it say intruder alert, but everything is coming up?"
Mm-hmm.
The same kind of principle here. So the door to seal it breaks down. So the rest of the security breaks apart. I don't. What do you mean?
Yeah.
This is stupid.
Well, one, I just feel like, okay, I get foreign object and door, but why is this one Snicker wrapper the one that dismantles this door? I just feel like my door needs to be able to handle something like that.
Yeah.
Two, and I know so the movie can happen, but bruh, are you serious? Like, I mean, there's
Yeah.
protocols. You're a scientist. One, no eating in the lab.
Yeah.
Second
Right.
of all, like, you just gonna toss your trash.
Yeah, true. He was like, those doors were in the lab. This isn't like he was entering into the lab.
Right.
He was in the lab already. You're
Yeah.
definitely.
You're not
like,
eating.
They had specimens out there.
Yeah.
You're not sitting up there eating a Snicker bar.
No,
No.
No.
That's all kind of contamination.
no, and you just threw your thing on a just stupid.
And possibly contaminating yourself.
Yeah,
'Cause
and then
why are you eating around all those specimens?
yeah, and also we didn't need the scene because it served no purpose.
Didn't. It was just to show us the T-Rex.
Yeah, which it didn't. We really didn't. Because it could have popped up at the end, and we would have still been like, okay, it's a
Exactly.
mutated. And they said that this is where they experimented and did mutations.
Yeah, so it was an
So
unnecessary
yeah,
scene.
yeah, we didn't need to see a preview of him.
No.
No, that scene wasn't needed.
No.
Stupid.
Because you didn't even need that scene to explain whatever the company is called, because it was in the last movie.
So it's not necessary.
Not necessary.
The Parker Gen X or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I thought it was still Engine.
No. Well, that research center was Engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new company was something else.
Okay. Nitpick. I mean, this is sort of a continuation of my movie fact thing.
Mhm.
But in this movie, and they did it in Jurassic World and all of that, I don't like the narrative that people aren't interested in dinosaurs anymore.
Yeah.
Like in this movie, it's like they're shutting down the zoos, the museum is closing because people, and I'm like, you mean to tell me in 30 years, from the first time people laid eyes on a real dinosaur, that 30 years later, they're already disinterested in it? That is
No.
the dumbest narrative because we have museums with nothing
Natural
but
history museum.
with rocks in it, and millions of people go every year to go see this thing.
Yes, to see
We
a
have
rock shaped like bones.
Zoos that have gorillas and lions in it.
Yeah, people don't get tired of seeing
And people
the
don't get
animals in the
tired
zoo.
of seeing it.
Our zoo has a deer,
We
and I
do have
see
a
those
deer
things
exhibit.
every day, and yet I see it at the zoo.
Yeah.
So people love animals.
Yeah.
People love history. There is no way you are telling me that in between 20 and 30 years, people have already gotten tired of it when we have managed to not get tired of museums and zoos in 100 years.
Yeah.
Especially when, if you were old enough to see the dinosaurs 20 something years ago, you are just not old enough to have kids who would be to show them.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me that museums are closing because people aren't interested in it anymore? Like,
Bad
that just
narrative.
doesn't make any sense.
It's a pretty dumb narrative, yeah.
It is
Because
dumb.
you're talking about we're in the age now of like technology and AI, and we can look all this stuff online, and people still rather go.
When they have the animatronic dinosaurs at like the science center or something,
Yeah.
Yes.
people rush to that. Like, oh
Yeah.
wow, let's see
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. I mean, come on, people go to art museums, and art museums are boring.
Mm-hmm.
I go to our museum.
They're boring. But people enjoy it. To look at a picture on a wall.
Mhm.
So you cannot tell me that a real life dinosaur is here. And I've already been like, oh, I've seen it. How many times have I seen lions and tigers?
Right.
It's still gonna be my first place I go to when I go to the zoo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just I think the narrative, and I know they established it, but it's just so dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb, like where you're like, well, we have to make up new dinosaurs to keep people interested. No, you do not.
Yep.
You really don't. It's silly.
Yes, agreed.
Okay. Now this is petty. I'm still bringing it up. Who choose Altoids like that? Like, I mean,
You crunching on the Altoids?
Like,
Man.
Although it was funny in the tall grass scene, where like she's sitting up here like, and I'm like, are they getting surrounded by raptors or something? She's looking around, and then he
He's
just
like-
goes over there.
I'm just like, Altoids is like a really strong mint.
it's
And
very
to be
strong.
biting and chewing into it like that, I don't know.
Yeah. At that point, I was like, man, I forgot Altoids exist. Hey, they getting their money now because it made me think about Altoids.
Good product placement.
Good
Yeah.
product placement.
Same for Snickers.
You can
That
never
was
forget
nice.
about a Snickers.
They broke the whole island.
That's like Snickers are always good. Breaking islands or not.
Yeah.
I'm always down for a Snickers. They're too expensive now. Like, it's like y'all done lost your mind.
Isn't it like $3
It's
for
like
a regular
for a
size?
regular size.
Is it $3?
Almost.
Almost.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. So I'd be like, yeah, no, thank you. Unless someone else is paying for it, but you know,
It's probably a big pack
It
of like
used to
fun
be
size.
75
fun
cents.
sizes only come in like 6 instead of 10.
No, like the big old bags.
Oh, those. So those are expensive too,
Yeah.
though.
You talking about?
It's
12?
probably more for your money.
Probably. We used to have
Probably.
them at work, but they cut back on our snacks. So
I remember they used to be
Snacks got cut.
75 cents.
the snacks got
All right,
cut.
now you just making yourself sound old.
That's true.
Well, my thing is, we're older. You know how like back like that was 50 cents, but now
We're that age.
well, yeah, but also it's like I've been watching this price increase from 65 cents to $3 is a little ridiculous. Like that price increase is way too much.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to jump on economics, but you know, our wages didn't go up that much, so the Snicker bar is truly more expensive than it
Right.
used to be. But you know, that's a whole economics thing. Maybe we should have an economics podcast.
I'm just
to
saying,
talk
like,
about
it's a little ridiculous.
It is.
And they're $3.18 at Home Depot apparently.
$3.18.
I told you it was 3 something.
Why is Home Depot?
That's the
Who's
price
going
that
to Home Depot to buy a Snicker bar?
construction workers.
I mean, like
You're
you buy
checking
it when
out.
You're there. Or
Yeah.
Not.
Oh, you just go to Home
Because
Depot.
like you looked up the price of a Snicker bar, right? And you got the Home
could've
Depot.
looked at
Right?
it at any drugstore. or
Oh, I'm
grocery
sorry.
store.
Oh, okay. It was the second one that came up.
You were like, yeah, man, I'm about to go to Home Depot. You're like, oh, you picking up like some tools or something? No, I'm
Yeah,
about to grab the
Snickers.
Snickers.
The Home Depot is your convenience store.
Look, That's what came
She
up.
gonna correct the Snickers and Sour Patches.
Oh, they're actually on sale right now.
For $3.
No.
Oh, they're on sale at Home Depot. That would be weird if Home Depot put Snickers on sale. Like,
It be in their weekly ad
Snickers, $2.50.
right after the paint.
All right, what's your next thing?
Oh, hold on. Let me get back. Oh, I already complained about the boyfriend and the father just being walked all
Yeah.
over. Just so ridiculous. Like, you're the adult.
The
Like,
father
stop.
was a softie.
Like, get out of here. Okay, here's the next one. And maybe we already answered it because maybe the T-Rex wasn't really trying to get him. I just felt like he was moving a little slow to not catch up to that wrath.
He just woke up.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? He just woke. He was groggy, man.
Oh,
You saw him like complaining after he left. Like, you know, he got his head stuck in the rocks a little bit, and he was like, "Man, these little
oh, okay.
people."
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine the T-Rex
Okay.
said after that.
I'm
scene.
just saying, like, we complained about him not being able to chase the car, which we excused away in the first one. I don't know how you don't catch people paddling a life raft.
I don't know.
True.
He just
Yeah.
woke up. I'm gonna say
Okay.
that.
All right. I get you. You
Faster.
move a
groggy.
little slow
Must
in the
go
morning.
faster.
All right. That was my last nitpick.
All right, so we have to rate the movie.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna rate it. Watch while folding clothes. It's not that bad of a movie. Is it like genius movie? No, genius storytelling or something like that? No, not at all. Like I said, it's predictable in a lot of different instances. There's no tension in the movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it was on TV, I would watch it. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, I could watch it again. I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it, but I wouldn't be mad if I saw it again. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's certainly not good. It's better than the last two, so that's something.
Yeah.
It'll be a watch while folding clothes. That's it.
I give it a watch while folding clothes.
Yeah.
And I agree. It was better than the last two.
Yeah, that's it. We don't need more of these, so
no,
please stop.
Yeah, don't
Just
stop.
just
I don't-
stop. There's
I'd rather just watch the first movie again.
Yeah.
I never get tired of seeing it, so
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
The
stick with
first
that.
and
The first and the
Lost
second
World.
one. The Lost
Yeah.
World is always entertaining.
As bad as that story is.
It's a horrible
It's
plot,
horrible
but I'm
plot.
entertained, and that is the difference between the other
Are
movies.
you not entertained? So yeah, for those listening and watching, that is a 6 to 7 out of 10 for the rating that we're giving it. The watch while floating close, probably closer to the 6 on this one.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth, which out of that name has nothing to do with.
Has nothing to
I have
do
to
with
say,
it.
at least the last two movies' name had some
Yeah,
sort
Fallen
of
Kingdom.
significance.
Dominion.
Yeah, it'd have been different if this was about the dinosaurs surviving, but it was all about the dinosaurs dying, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And nothing was reborn, so
Yeah,
you know,
agreed.
stupid. But yeah. What did you think about the movie? If you saw it, let us know in the comment section below, and tell us why Dylan was wrong. Wait, what was he wrong about?
I wasn't wrong about anything.
About the eating of the kid.
I don't think it was that one. It was something else. But yeah, she's wrong for trying to kill a little kid. Dylan likes killing children. That's
Wow.
That's what she said. She said, you all heard it, folks. So
It would have made for a better movie.
So yeah, let us know in the comments below, and we will catch you in the next one.